Hello my fellow nutters. The classic two-minute games took the world by storm, and as popular as they are, they still hold many secrets and mysteries that are waiting to be explored. I'm talking about secret areas, interesting and fun oddities, glitches, all kinds of things I've come across during my years as a speedrunner and a glitch hunter. Today we're going to take a look at the first game in the series. I hope you enjoy the video. Let's dive right in. Sometimes the game engine can behave in interesting ways. In the Colosseum, if you swan dive and bang your head against this ceiling, Lara will freeze during the dive and slowly float to the bottom. If you happen to land above the slope, she'll survive and start walking underwater. Also, it's possible to draw your guns and shoot while diving. Bet you didn't know that one. As many of you already know, stepping on the hand of Midas turns Lara into gold. But if you jump onto the hand and keep moving around, she can avoid that sorry fate. Her quick feet saved her again. After picking up the Skion, save and reload your game, and as if by magic, it's back on the pedestal. Grab it again and you now have 2 in your backpack. Well, this is making things a lot easier. But if you keep going and do this 256 times, the Skion will overflow and disappear altogether. If you drop and hang onto a tile that's just about to break, Lara will hover in mid-air. If you then press sidestep, she'll teleport to the bottom. If you stand under a falling block, Lara doesn't get flattened. Instead, she teleports onto it. According to most walkthroughs, the second secret in caves is only reachable by vaulting. Well, that's a big lie. You can also make it with a well-timed jump. Everyone remembers the terrifying T-Rex in the Lost Valley, but was it really a T-Rex? Paul Douglas, a programmer for the game, shared a concept sketch by Toby Gard, the creator of Lara, and to everyone's surprise, it's actually an Allosaurus. He went on to say people always thought it was a T-Rex, so that's what it became. Fun fact, the shotgun guy at the end of Natla's Mines has double the health of the T-Rex. Don't ask me why. In Atlantis, where you face your doppelganger, if you drop into the hole where the trapdoor is and climb back up, you'll see her crawling out of the ground. Spooky. On the PC version, if you save and reload, she'll freeze on the spot. Not only that, she can randomly botch up a jump and end up stuck on the floor. Help me! Pierre only appears in one room at a time, so if you ignore him at the start, you won't see him at the end. In the Colosseum, if you trigger the crocodile at the end and then head into this room, you can shoot it from a completely different room. All because the 2 rooms overlap. At the beginning of Tomb of Tohoku, there's a room with a crocodile. If you leave it alive and continue through the level, something weird happens. You randomly start to lose your health. Turns out, if you ignore that crocodile, it bugs out and can bite you from anywhere in the level. Thankfully, this annoying bug was fixed in the remasters. Curiously, the female lion has less health than the male lion. That's it, I'm cancelling Tomb Raider. Some enemies are weirdly afraid of closed doors, and they can't cross bridges or floor traps either. At the start of the Tomb of Qualopec, there's the perfect hiding spot. If you lure the raptors back and stand in front of the door, they cannot reach you. No wonder the dinosaurs went extinct. The Skion is a sentient being that counts as a kill. The shotgun completely sucks when shooting the Skion, even at close range. If an enemy runs into a push block while you're moving it, they can vanish into the ceiling. Their shadow will then follow you around, and sooner or later they will drop down on top of you. Lara's passport fills up with more and more stamps as the game progresses through each location. There are 3 unused death sounds for Larson,
Damn.
Pierre, and Natla. At the end of Tomb of Tohoku, there's a cutscene showing Lara walking along the room while reading the eulogy. However, if you zoom out with the cutscene viewer tool, she is actually sliding. When Natla pushes Lara off the edge, she doesn't fall all the way down, she just sort of lies there in the air. Why does the weapon cheat give 83 shotgun ammo? Internally it gives 500, but since it's 6 shells per shot, that's 83. Contrary to what every walkthrough claims, you only have to spin around 2 times instead of 3 for the level skip cheat. In the remasters, the red cross on the medipacks was changed to green because of a trademark issue with the red cross. Did you know you can lower the shack in Natla's mines without collecting a single fuse? First, jump over the cavern and pull this lever, then jump back across and head up to the control room. Go to the conveyor belt, then if you return to the control room, the shack is somehow on the ground. But where are the pistols? Well, if you run over here, then go back inside. Oh, there they are. If you jump into this wall near the waterfall, you can glitch inside and teleport to the top of the valley. From there, you're free to roam around and enjoy the view. At the start of Sanctuary of the Scion, if you jump over the tiles in front of the door, they will stay open. If you save and reload your game just before being swept away by the current, it removes the current and you can swim back the way you came. At the top of Atlantis, just beyond the Scion, there's a large platform. Like any curious adventurer, you'll probably jump onto it, only to realise how on earth do you get back up. Luckily, the developers thought this through and added a secret door that leads back to the Scion. Also, if you drop and hang where the secret door is and wait for it to close, you can shimmy across the wall. The Sega Saturn PAL version of the game has some missing geometry. After grabbing the medipack, if you drop off the edge, instead of landing on a slope to get down, you'll fall to your death. On the Mac version of the game, Lara says aha every time she picks up an item.
Aha, 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 aha.
There are 3 secrets in the cistern, but on the Sega Saturn PAL version, there are only 2. Move this block out of the way and you'll soon discover that the secret area is completely walled off. On the Sega Saturn PAL version, Skater Boy says his line after he is dead.
You firing at me? You firing at me, huh? Ain't nobody else here. You must be firing at me.
So, which one surprised you the most? Which ones did you already know about, and have you found any yourself? Let me know in the comments. Would you like to see a follow-up video? I have a lot more to share. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.